So I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, East LA,
Okay.
in East Los Angeles, in a very low income working class community.
Yeah.
The majority of people that lived in my community were Latinos.
Okay.
So my mom worked in the garment industry, and my father worked as a painter. I was like raised in the height of the Chicano movement. I was in junior high when the walkouts happened, but since a lot of our brothers and sisters were attending high schools, and the local high school there was Garfield High School, they walked out, and so like everybody, it was a thing to do, and we really didn't understand the we didn't understand the politics around it, but what we did understand was, I know growing up and going to school, public school in Los Angeles, we weren't allowed to speak Spanish. We weren't taught our culture, our customs, and we were kind of I felt like I was made ashamed of being a Latino. I was in like the 10th grade when I heard Cesar Chavez came to our school, and I heard him speak. And Cesar Chavez was a person that really promoted education, really wanted kids to get an education, to come back to the community, to become doctors, teachers, educators, lawyers. But he had something else to say that really resonated with me, and that was that we could make a difference in the lives of underprivileged work. Primary goal back then and now has always been to improve the living and working conditions of farm workers, regardless of your legal status.
Yeah.
It happens to be that the farm workers that pick the crops in the state of Oregon, the majority are Latino,
Yeah.
are undocumented, and so our primary focus of PECUN has been that.
Yeah.
In order to improve the living and working conditions of farm workers, we've had to build a union from scratch. So the work that we did at Colegio Cesar Chavez and the people that formed the union early on, because we were, before we were a union, we were an organizing committee that did a lot of immigration work, because those were the conditions that we were faced with in Oregon.
Yeah.
There was a lot of raids going on, so we had to respond to those raids. In fact, the community, the farm workers themselves asked for help, and so we formed the Willamette Valley Immigration Project in 1977. PECUN has accomplished, for example, is one of the things that we found early on in organizing farm workers was that there was a lot of laws that excluded farm workers from the basic rights that all workers have in this state. What are some of those rights? Well, the right to earn minimum wage, the right to health care, the right to workman's comp, the right to just organize. All those rights farm workers didn't enjoy, so we had to like form not only a union with little resources, almost no resources,
Yeah.
and build a union at a time when the labor movement was suffering a downward spiral in terms of its membership.
Yeah.
We've never gotten money from the government. We never will. So we've had to like build a union, literally with small grants, fundraisers, and we have a dues paying system where the members themselves are sustaining the work of the organization. What was told us early on is that in order for us to sustain our work and to build a strong movement, farm workers are not going to do it on their own. That we have to actually build supporters, and supporters have to contribute, and supporters have to feel like that they're wanted and needed, and they have to be incorporated in the work. Has enjoyed a pretty solid relationship with the largest, again, lesbian organization in the state called Basic Rights of Oregon. They launched a campaign calling Oregon United for Marriage, in which we're part of the leadership in there. So, because we live in a backward society, although we think we're like the most advanced country, I think one of the things that we easily fall into is materialism. It's a dog-eat-dog world. To commit errors or to make mistakes is a sign of weakness, and that's not what I'm about. I think is to make mistakes and to err and to admit them and rectify them and, adjust and then move on based on what you learned from your mistakes. That's the way life should be. I would say that it's a very important part in your life. It's, to me, I think every individual should become a social activist in one way or another. We're in 2013 going into 2014, and we got to honor that diversity, and we got to honor each other, right? So that's the kind of society we want to build, right? We want to work shoulder to shoulder, hand to hand with all folks, right?